Good evening. I hereby call to order the January 24th, 2024 meeting of the Gaithersburg Historic District Commission. For our roll call, please answer present when I call your name. Planner Samuel Copeland.
Present.
Community Planner, Planning Manager Greg Mann.
Present.
Deputy City Attorney Frank Johnson.
Present.
Commissioner and Vice Chairman John Roddy.
Present.
Commissioner Mary Jo LaFrance.
Present.
Commissioner Rudy Morgan.
Present.
And myself, Commissioner and Chairman Dee Manzolo, says present, so we have a quorum. And so next is our preliminary statement, which is as follows. This commission is empowered to meet and act under the Article 12 of the City Code of Gaithersburg. The technical qualifications of the staff of this commission and the members of this commission are on file with the City of Gaithersburg, are available on request to any applicant, and are hereby made a part of the legal record of each and every application heard tonight. Each application heard tonight is considered on its own merits and is not to be considered as establishing a precedent for any other application. And lastly, any member from the public who wishes to speak on one of tonight's applications will be given 3 minutes to address the HDC from the podium at the reserved time. But we ask that you refrain from speaking out from the audience and that you take any private conversations outside of the council chambers. Okay, so does any commissioner have any conflicts of interest on any application being heard tonight?
No.
No.
No? Okay, very good. All right. So first up is we have the election of our two officers. So each election is a separate, will have a separate multi-step process. The first being the election of the chair. So would anyone like to nominate someone for chair?
I move to nominate.
Not me.
No,
Dean.
Dean.
Are you sure?
As a chair, yes, I'm sure.
Okay, well, wonderful, thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, very good. Are there any other nominations for chair that someone would like to put forth? No? Okay. So then, can someone make a motion to close the
I would
nominations?
so move.
Can we have a second?
Second.
Okay, very good. So all those in favor of closing the nomination say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, so it passes 4-0, actually 3-0, I'm going to abstain. And so now we are to formally elect the chair. Can someone make a motion to elect the nominated chair?
I would do so.
Can we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of electing the nominated chair say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, okay, it passes 3-0, okay. And so that's it. So next then
Just to
is,
clarify the votes, 301, I think you meant, one abstention.
thank you very much. Thank you, exactly right. So I abstain, so thank you very much. All right, so next is the election of vice chair. Would someone like to nominate anyone for vice chair? And I always nominate John Roddy, which I'm glad to do, but does someone else want to have the honor? Because I always jump in first, then I give somebody else the honor. I don't hear anything.
No.
It's overwhelming now.
Then I would like to nominate John Roddy for vice chair. Can we have a second?
Second.
Very good. All right. Any other nominations for vice chair? No? Okay. All right. So can someone make a motion to close the nominations?
I move that we close the
Can we
nominations.
have a second?
Second.
All right. So all those in favor of closing nominations say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. So that passes 3-0. Okay. So now we are to formally elect the vice chair. Can someone make a motion to elect?
Again, just to clarify, 301.
301. Again, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Can someone make a motion to elect the nominated vice chair? And I shall do that. I would like to make a motion to elect John Roddy as the vice chair. Can we have a second?
Second.
All right, so all those in favor of electing John Roddy as vice chair say aye.
Aye.
Aye, pass
Abstain.
3-2-0 to 1. I finally got that right. Thank you very much. Congratulations to you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
there are no minutes to review, so next then, we have a demolition permit application to review, this being DEMO 32213-2023. Demolish existing building older than 50 years at 16536 South Westland Drive in the C2 General Commercial Zone. May we have an introduction from staff, please?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Before you this evening is demolition permit application Demo-32213-2023, which requires HDC review for the demolition of a structure older than 50 years. The proposed building to be demolished is located at 16536 South Westland Drive in the Walnut Hill Shopping Center, which is identified on the screen. As you can see here, you've got the Walnut Hill Shopping Center in red, and the subject building is in the blue outline. The building is in the C2 General Commercial Zone and was built circa 1967. The proposed structure is not subject to an HDC courtesy review because it's not located within the courtesy review area. And here to present the application tonight is Jake DiPiazza and John Lawal.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good start. Tell us anything you'd like us to hear.
All right. Thank you all for hearing our presentation tonight for the demolition of the small retail building located at 16536 South Westland Drive. I'll just start by orienting you to the shopping center. This building is part of the larger shopping center known as Walnut Hill Shopping Center, which Sam mentioned. We are just on the east side of 355, north of Shady Grove Road and 370. This is another zoomed in aerial here where you can see the building outlined in red. The shopping center was just annexed officially into the city of Gaithersburg as of November 30th, 2023. I'll just run through a little bit of information on the building itself. There's a couple photos here. Constructed shortly after the construction of the main shopping center, likely around 1967. The building's generally in poor condition with a deteriorated roof and some dated infrastructure. The windows are old and dated, and the building has long been a vacant building at the shopping center. There's a couple photos of the building from various different angles. And then I wanted to go through kind of our reasons for demolishing this building or requesting a demolition. First, it's part of a requirement of our annexation agreement with the city of Gaithersburg. During our annexation process, we had multiple meetings with various civic associations around the area, the Walnut Hill Civic Association, the Rosemont, the Gateway Commons, and East Gaithersburg United, and it was a common request of the different citizens of those associations that we remove that building because it's falling apart in bad condition and has limited retail use. It will also improve the parking lot circulation in that part of the shopping center. One of the anchor tenants on that level of the shopping center is the MVA, and they are a heavy parking user, and so an opportunity to add some parking spaces in that area is something we're interested in. As I mentioned before, it's not additive from a retail mix plan, and then the balance of the shopping center is undergoing a significant renovation, and this is a building that we feel long-term is not worth investing renovation dollars into it. This is a site plan that shows the proposed layout of the parking area once the building is demolished. So we'll be closing an existing entrance on the, I guess it's the east side of the building, to make for better circulation in this part of the parking lot, and I think we have an increase of about 14 parking spaces in this area. This is just one rendering of our proposed retail facade renovation. We are starting this renovation as of this week, and our new grocers started their construction this week as well. And then these next two slides cover the characteristics that the Historic District Commission looks for when determining whether a building should be demolished. I know you all are very familiar with these, so I won't read through all of them, but I will talk about how our building relates to them. So our building's not a noteworthy building and has no historical or cultural significance. There's no known significant historic events that have taken place at this location. No significant historical persons are identified with the building. It's a simple design, has no special features to the neighborhood or city, and it doesn't represent the work of a master or represent any high artistic values. And then it's not a significant part of the shopping center, being a smaller building, relatively small square footage when compared to the rest of the shopping center. That concludes our presentation. Happy to answer any questions on this building.
Wonderful, thank you. It was a very good presentation.
Thanks.
All right, would you like to say anything further before we go to the public?
No, thank you.
Okay, very good. All right, so next then, the public is now invited to speak. If there's anybody in the audience who wants to speak, please line up at the podium now. And I see no one. So let's go to online to see if anybody's interested. So to indicate that you want to make a comment, if you're on a computer or a laptop, move your mouse to the bottom center of the Zoom window, and you should see a raise hand button pop up. Click on that button, and then we can call on you. If you are dialing in on a telephone, please press *9 to raise your hand.
We have nobody online tonight.
Okay, very good. Then next we'll go to the commissioners. When I call your name, please state your thoughts and questions for the applicant. Commissioner Roddy, you're up first.
Thank you. Try as I might, I cannot come up with any historic or architectural significance such as would trip the standard in 24-226 of the code. That's it.
That's probably accurate. Commissioner LaFrance.
Yeah, I agree completely. I didn't see anything particularly worth preserving.
Okay, Commissioner Morgan.
I would say first, thank you for your presentation. You capture everything in your presentation and take into consideration historical district consideration. Again, I concur with both of my colleagues. I don't see any architectural or cultural significance to the building. And it's just to say that we're talking about parking, I think it was over 20 or 30 years ago. I was frustrated with parking in that particular lot, so I can attest to that. When I went to renew my license at Enfield,
Yes.
I was frustrated with parking.
Part of the
Yes,
parking lot, for
definitely.
sure. So
It's a bad
few
building
extra spaces
investment,
there.
yeah.
Very good. All right, and I'm next and last, and I agree with all my colleagues. That has no architectural or historic value, in my opinion. Okay, so then, may I have a motion to either send the city manager a directive to not withhold the demolition permit, or to petition the mayor and council for implementing further study? May I have a motion, please? You guys can probably just read that.
Okay. Okay, I'll go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. I move that Historic District Commission, based on the exhibits submitted and the staff report findings and recommendation, make a determination that the building 50 years old and older located at 16536 South Westland Drive does not meet the criteria for historic or architectural significance as specified in 24226 of the city code, and does not direct the city manager to withhold insurance of demo 32213-2023.
All right, before we take a vote, does anybody have anything that they want to add to that or amend to that? Okay, very good.
I would second that.
Okay, yes, second, please. Done.
Second.
Very good. All right, so let's take a vote. Call your name, please say aye if you support the motion, nay if you don't, abstain if you wish. Commissioner Rowdy.
Aye.
Commissioner LaFrance.
Aye.
Commissioner Morgan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Ventola says aye, passes 4-0. Congratulations.
Thank you very
That
much
was
for
the
your time
easiest one we ever
tonight.
did, by the way. We've never met a building we didn't like, maybe until tonight.
Maybe that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the
This
one, it's
one.
always the first.
We're happy to take it down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next then is anything from the commissioners. Let's see, John?
Nope.
Mary Jo?
I was just wondering, until you get someone permanent to fill the position, Sam, are you going to be able to give us updates on the National Historic preservation of Summit Hall Farm, or any of those projects that had started before Chris left?
Yeah, so I can look into that. I'll try and give you an update by the next meeting in February.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I could probably answer some of your questions now. There's probably not going to be much of an update. Again, we are in the process of hiring, obviously, a new preservation planner. Until we get that position filled, from the planning side of things, we're just not going to be able to make any headway on where Chris left things off.
And that also means that we're not going to be historically designating anything, is that right?
If you're talking about, again, the mill properties
Yeah.
that Chris had originally started talking with everyone
Yeah.
about, yeah, I mean, again, my thought is that those aren't going to be able to be picked up until, we get another preservation planner on staff. Again, we're down a person, obviously. There's a lot of different projects going on right now. Sam has thankfully stepped in to help out on this project. But I think having an actual preservation planner with the background that Chris had would be very beneficial to the commission as you guys proceed with that potential designation request.
Okay, so what about, for instance, when we petition the mayor and council? We can still do
You
our
can still go
duties.
through your normal duties, yeah, but if you're asking for staff to provide the resources that Chris was providing
Yeah.
before, as it relates to doing that level of research,
Yeah.
again, I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to provide that to you right now while that position is still vacant. We'll do what we can, obviously provide the best information we can to you. And again, I think most of the mill information Chris did provide to you before he left.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can always regroup and bring that information back to you at the next meeting if you'd like. If you want to proceed with petitioning council for designation of those properties, we can, based off the information you're provided, again, we can start talking about that if
Now
you'd
we can
like.
discuss as a committee and see how everyone feels about that, yeah.
So I'd recommend that we bring that information back at the next meeting then, for a recap to kind of remind everyone where the information that staff's going to pull together for you.
I just feel it's
I
important
would
to move
recommend
forward.
in presenting to the council, it might be helpful to have a historic planner in place to make that presentation. Not saying the council would necessarily be a hard sell, but I think they're not guaranteed just because you do make a presentation, and having that background, particularly if somebody not long ago hired with that sort of background who would also obviously be offering a measure of support. Not that you all wouldn't as well, individually and as a commission, obviously, in presenting it. That might help to make that happen as well. It might just be something to consider.
Okay, thank you. And maybe we wait a little longer.
I'm hoping to fill it soon.
Thank you.
Yep.
He probably has to be here anyway, just because they gotta put the package together. So that's not something that we would be doing, so if whatever we do to push it forward, it'll still have to sit on somebody's desk until they have the position filled, is what I would imagine. Okay, next, Rudy.
I would say congratulations to taking on the responsibility again, 2024.
Thank you.
Chairman of the
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations, John, for taking the vice chairman for this
Thank
year.
you. It's an honor.
Thank you.
It really is an honor.
I don't have anything to say, but I just want to express my.
Well, thank you very much. That's very nice of you. I don't have anything to say, so next then from staff, Sam?
Yeah, it feels kind of late to say this, but Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, hope you all had a good time off. Nothing really at the moment. I did just want to let you know, as I'm sure some of you are already aware, that 110 South Frederick Avenue did go to the mayor and city council, and unfortunately they did not move to continue with the designation request. So I just wanted to make you aware of that.
Thank you.
And that's all I have.
All right. Greg?
Nothing much from me tonight. Just as you guys know, we're going through a total code rewrite and update to the zoning ordinance. We are currently reviewing the entirety of the first draft of that code. And we plan on it going live to the public. Was it, I want to make sure I get the right date. I believe it's February 2nd. Yes. Friday, February 2nd should be the one that draft does hit the streets. I'm hoping to come back to you as a commission at your meeting in February as well and kind of provide you a high level kind of update on some of the changes that will affect you as a commission. So look forward to that at the next meeting.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Frank?
Well, maybe I'm the only one, but just speaking in favor of the old, what used to be, I believe, an old bank building at Walnut Hill, hearing of something that's, over 50 and no longer significant, and we think we can get rid of it. I don't know, for me, I just felt a moment of sympathy there, but that might just be, myself.
But your money's still not in there, right?
No.
Okay, that matters, I would think.
No, any bank that was there had long closed, and I thought I would agree with your conclusions that that was well laid out. But in any event, nothing nothing more than that, but I will congratulate our officers for serving another year.
Thank you. All right, anything from anyone else? Hereby adjourned.